This email is painfully bad. The subject line is generic, zero curiosity, it screams sales pitch. The body is all about the product. No hints about why it matters to the person getting the email. It's packed with buzzwords. Award-winning, more potential, less risk, no proof, no context, just fluff. The personalization is lazy or even non-existent. It's vague and assumes way too much about shared goals. And the close? Desperate. A free trial on the first touch? Cold emails aren't for pushing trials, they're for starting conversations, and I'm only just getting started. A lot of things in the formats are still totally off. This email has too many links, double signature, 2 call to actions. It's a mess. Let me show you what a good version of that email would look like. The subject line is short, specific, and sparks curiosity. It speaks to a hidden problem, not a feature or an offer. The email uses the following structure. Observation. Starts with something real and relatable. Problem? Calls out the pain clearly. 95% plus of visitors bounce without leaving an email. Impact. Shows what that pain actually means for you. That's thousands of high-intent leads slipping through monthly. Solution. Without turning it into a sales pitch, add social proof elements that justify you're the best on the market to solve that. Call to action. Soft, low pressure, using a no-frame question. Hello, Christos. That email was ranked 2 out of 10. In this video, we're going to break down 5 real sales emails from the worst to the best. I'll show you the original, the fixed version that actually gets replies, and give you tips to rewrite your own cold emails along the way. Now, before we go any further, let's talk basics. There are 5 things every cold email needs. If you don't get these right, your emails will keep getting ignored, no matter how clever you try to be. The more of these you hit, the better shot you've got at getting a reply. First of all, do you have a clear reason to reach out? Listen, no vague intros. Be specific about why you're reaching out to them. Secondly, do you teach them something they don't already know? Drop a nugget of insight, something that makes them pause and think. Are you credible enough to help with that problem? Just one line that shows you're legit without flexing too hard. Is the problem urgent? And what makes it urgent? Don't just name a problem. Show them why it needs fixing right now. Could this email have been sent to anyone? If so, it's lazy. If not, you're on the right track. Make it feel like it only makes sense for them. Let's get to email number 2. This one's a poor 4 out of 10. What's wrong with it? It's 100% generic. The personalization is weak, I'd even say non-existent, and could easily go to 10,000 people. It opens with a company name. Too pitchy, too soon. It has 2 signatures, which makes the email feel overwhelmingly long. Why? The call to action is way too strong for a first cold email. And the resource? Dropped in with 0 context. By the way, for each of these emails, we'll be doing pros and cons. So what's good? It's short, only 51 words. And it came from a VP, not an entry-level rep. That gives it more weight. So how are we going to fix it? We'll dig deeper into the real problem that company is trying to solve here. Not just the surface level issue, but the root cause, the process behind it, and what it actually costs the person reading. If you don't know Mixpanel, it helps product teams spot what drives user behavior without waiting on data teams or running SQL. So, a big problem it solves is, most teams build in the dark. They use GA4, SQL, or gut instinct to guess why users drop off or convert. But let's not stop here. What are the root causes of that problem? So G4A gives you data, but it's often clunky and not deep enough for real product analysis. SQL takes time. So PMs end up shipping features based on assumptions, not facts. And the associated impact? Weeks lost building the wrong thing. Features that flop, roadmaps driven by hunches, not signals. With all of this, you're not going anywhere. Now we've got something, but to make it land, we need a trigger. That's the detail that shows this email had to be sent to them and nobody else. They're hiring product or data analysts. That usually means they're not getting the insights they need. Or, if you're feeling a bit techie, check their source code. If they're still using Google Analytics, there's a gap Mixpanel can fix. If you spot a competitor's code in your prospect's website, that's even better since it means they already have a solution for a problem they've identified. Why does this work? There's a clear reason to reach out. It shows you've done your homework. It's not some generic blast. The framework we use is simple. Trigger and meaning. Current process. Most teams in the industry we talk to rely on GA4, SQL, or gut instinct. Pain. Those tools only tell you what happened and not why. Impact. Value-based call to action. Users are a lagging indicator the person you're reaching out to actually are. You're not just telling them something they already know. You're helping them realize what it's costing them, how limited visibility leads to product decisions based on guesswork. And the call to action? It's soft and value-based. All they have to do is say yes or no. Either way, they get something useful. Pro tip. Change a customer's name with one of their competitors. If you have them as a client, of course. Email number 3. It's a 4.5 out of 10, just because I like dogs. Question is, do I prefer dogs or cats? Who knows? So what's wrong with it? They tried a pattern interrupt, but it's completely off. Unless you know the person's dog fanatic, it just feels random. And dropping an image in your first cold email, that's a fast track to the spam folder. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a complete guide on everything you need to know about deliverability, feel free to check out this video right here. Because whatever good the email is, if it lands in spam, it's worthless. If they don't see it, it doesn't exist. Okay, back to the roast. There's zero real personalization. If you can swap one word and send it to 100 people, it's not personal, it's lazy. Also, 2 signatures, again, and it's all about you, not them. So quick tip, people love saying make your email about them and you need to swap all the I with a you. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work. It's not about pronouns, it's about actually caring about the problem they're facing. So what's good? A little humor doesn't hurt. It can help you stand out. And they didn't include a link, which is a win for deliverability. Alright, let's walk through the problem again. The problem being, manual payroll leads to errors and tax penalties. You don't want that. Current process. Most small businesses still run payroll manually or with outdated tools. They're stuck using spreadsheets or clunky software and end up handling filings themselves. Why that's a problem? Manual payroll is slow, stressful, and full of mistakes. And mistakes cost money. Delay paychecks and break trust with employees. What are the top 3 pains Gusto's prospects are likely feeling? Wasting 5 to 10 hours every pay period on admin work. Stressing about compliance and legal risks. Dealing with employee frustration over incorrect payments. Solution: hinted, not pitched. Tools like Gusto take care of filings and sync hours, benefits, and deductions automatically, so payroll runs in minutes with no manual work. We're not pitching it, we'll hint at it in a smarter way. And you need a trigger. For instance, Glassdoor or Indeed reviews that mention no benefits or poor benefits. That's a sign they might be managing it all manually, and their team feels it. And here's the correct version. Why does it work? There's a real reason to reach out. Their own employees are raising concerns. It's tailored. This email only makes sense for them. They literally can't deny the review exists. It raises both an operational problem, penalties or delayed paychecks, and an executive problem, such as employees leaving the companies because of lack of trust. We keep a hint of humor to make a human with the PS. You earn a bonus point if you send it around pay period. It's even more relevant. That timing makes your message hard to ignore. Now, let's take a look at what better emails actually look like. Email number 4. This one is a 7 out of 10. We're getting there. This one's interesting. It works because of founder empathy. There's an edge only a founder can truly use, especially early on. Quick tip. When you find a personal detail that creates a bond but isn't related to the problem you solve, use it in the PS. That way, it feels natural and doesn't distract from the main message. But there is one flaw. The transition between the first and second paragraph is weak. It feels like 2 separate thoughts instead of one flowing message. Here's how to rewrite it. Now, we didn't change a lot of things. We simply made sure the observation flows into the rest of the email seamlessly. It doesn't just pop out of nowhere. Thing is, when you're this close to the business, it's etc. The call to action was also reworked to speak directly to the kind of pain a founder at this stage is likely to be feeling. We do the effort to put a name they can relate to. It's specific. It's genuine. It makes you want to say yes. Did you notice we never pitched the product in the corrected version? Not in a first cold email. We've been through this. And there's a good reason for that. Think of it like dating. You don't walk up to someone and say, hey, want to get married? No. You start with a conversation. You show interest, you find common ground. Same thing with cold emails. The first message isn't about selling, it's about connection. You're opening a door, not already closing a deal. Email number 5. This one is an 8 out of 10. So what's good? Nice touch with a subtle personalization right at the start. Referencing self-authored content is a smart move. If you've got one handy, use it. But don't just say, saw your post about X. Go a step further. Add a detail that proves you actually read it. Here's a solid framework. Saw your post about X. Especially like the line where you say, why? Then explain how it relates to you. What's good here is the timing. Last time wasn't the right moment. But now, you show them you've done your research and remind them that now is the perfect time to switch. Especially if they want to keep scaling, remember. You create the urgency for them to act. They also have a solid reason to reach out. It's not a cold intro. There's history. They've already had a conversation with this person before. We started with the good, so what's bad? It's too long. As a prospect, if you give me every detail up front, I don't really need a discovery call anymore. I've already compared it to what I'm doing and I've made up my mind. So here's a rewritten version. The call to action can be a bit more straightforward here since you've had past discussions with them. Anyway, let's recap. A good cold email doesn't leave you indifferent. If there's one piece of advice I'd give anyone writing cold emails, it's this. Put yourself in your prospect's shoes and ask yourself, would you reply to this email? Be honest, I see you. Or is it something you just scroll past and forget? In the description below, I've added a full playbook, step by step, from subject line to call to action. It's packed with real examples to help you write cold emails that actually get replies. Feel free to check it out. And let me know in the comments, what would you like me to cover next? This was Rafa from Lemlist.